Alright guys, this is Cole with the Branford Exchange, back with another video, and today we're just going to be breaking down EMA, or the exponential moving average. So the EMA is basically just used, so all moving averages, the EMA and the SMA, are basically, I noticed I say basically a lot in these videos, so I mean, sorry if that bothers anybody. I'm working on it, I just can't help it. So, but anyway, basically it is a way of identifying trends in a market, but also how to identify the strength of those trends in the market, because both the EMA and the SMA are each lagging indicators of the current price, meaning that the movement of the EMA is going to be lagging behind what the actual price is of the stock. And it's less so true for the EMA than the SMA that it's a lagging indicator. As you can see, I mean, the SMA follows the movement of the stock a lot more loosely than the EMA does, and you can also change that in settings. But the way that we have it set up, and that we taught you to set up, the EMA is going to be it's going to be a closer representation of the current price of the stock, but it's still going to be a lagging indicator, in the sense that, when the MACD starts to, or I'm sorry, not the MACD, although it's important to note too that the EMA and the SMA also do, they go into, they basically make up the indicator of the MACD. So the MACD gets its direction from the moving averages, and that's how that indicator is actually created. But I mean, that's just a side note. But anyway, the EMA. Again, it's a lagging indicator. So you can see here that just by a little bit, by this, we're looking at 180-day 4 hour. So in this 4 hour candlestick had dropped. I mean, obviously that's a big sell-off for USLV, and the EMA was still, I mean, it was just flat. It was still uptrending a little bit, and then it was just flat. And it wasn't until it had this huge sell-off that the EMA actually started to point down and show signs of a downtrend. But the point in it is being able to determine, like I said, the overall trend in the market, and also the strength of that trend. So, as you can see, it acts as support and resistance. Like I've mentioned in the past, this is just a more in-depth video of EMA. It acts as support and resistance for the stock. So after it started downtrending, and that this EMA also started downtrending, you can see that when the stock tried to push back upwards towards the EMA and tried to cross over it, it was rejected and continued to downtrend, and it's done that multiple times. That shows you that this market, or at least in this time frame, what I'm showing you right now, it was indicating that it was downtrending strongly or aggressively, because it broke, the EMA downtrending, and also when it tried to break above the EMA and tried to push back up to go uptrend, it wasn't able to, because that EMA, it bounced off that EMA as resistance, showing you that it's a strong downtrend, at least currently. Now, if you look at it, inversely, the other way, like we've taught you in the past too, you want to wait for that pullback when you're looking at a stock that you think is uptrending, and it's currently uptrending above the EMA. You want to wait for a pullback. You don't want to just get in when the first time you see a green candlestick pop above the EMA, because that doesn't necessarily mean that market is going to continue to uptrend after it breaks above that EMA. What is going to confirm it for you is when you see a red candlestick, or a few red candlesticks, and it pulls back and still manages to continue to uptrend and bounce off of that EMA. And remain uptrending. That is a good confirmation that there is that it's a strong uptrend. That market is going to continue to appreciate in price until it finds a resistance, and that resistance is too strong, and then it experiences a sell-off. But that is what the moving averages are used for, and we'll have a separate video for SMA. But this one, like I said, is focused directly on the EMA. And yeah, I mean, that's basically it. It's just like I said, it's an indicator that can show you the current trend of a market, but also, and more importantly, I think, in my opinion, the strength of that trend. Because if it's uptrending, and the stock can sell off but bounce off of the EMA and continue to uptrend, then that's a good sign that it is, it's definitely an uptrending an uptrending stock. And you can see that when you look at the EMA. And inversely, when it's downtrending, you can see that if if the stock is having trouble breaking above that EMA and staying above the EMA, then that's a sign of a strong downtrend, and probably a time that you don't want to buy a stock until it at least finds a bottom and finally reverses and starts to trend back above the EMA. And you can confirm that by looking at a red candlestick and it bounces off the EMA and continues to trend up, and that's when you'll be able to confirm that this is a good time to buy in because it's close to support. It just bottomed out and now it's currently trending back above the EMA, back above the SMA, and it's going to be heading back up towards a resistance. So you can identify that would be a good time to buy. And like for example, let me see if I can find a good example here just on this screen. Can draw resistance, and this is just this is just a spitball example, but you can see resistance right there, support right there. If you could have bought in right here when it was breaking, when it broke above that EMA, and you saw that it I'm sorry, yeah, it broke above that EMA. Sorry. So I had to work through that in my head. But yeah, it broke above the EMA, and then you experienced a pullback. You saw a red candlestick, and it continued to bounce off that EMA and continue to uptrend. After that confirmation that it is still uptrending, if you would have bought in there, you would have realized, and you rode that up to the resistance that you drew. You would have realized a profit of 5.75%, which is that's a pretty good return for a 2-day period there, or a 3-day period, whatever that may be. That's not bad. That's profit is profit. But that's basically how you use EMA to determine the trend of a market and the strength of that trend. And that's about it for today. If you have any questions about EMA, leave them in the comments below. We'll be sure to get back to you. Make sure to join our Discord chat. It's a community of traders where you'll be able to communicate with each other, and everybody can work towards becoming a profitable trader together. And also, me and Jordan are active in there. So if you have any questions or want advice or just want our insight on a trade that you're looking at, then we'll be there for that too. And we're really active in there, as well as on our YouTube and our social media. So all the links for that will be in the description. Subscribe, like if this was helpful. Criticism's welcome too, so leave that in the comments, and we'll see you in the next one.